What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more Littleroot lettering. So we're playing Zordor's Sandaconda team that we played earlier in the week. If you didn't check out that episode, make sure you go and do so. We do a pretty in-depth breakdown of the team and everything there, so make sure you go and check it out. And then you get to see some sweet games that we got to play with it as well. So let's just jump in and get started today. These are officially the first games of the new season for me. So excited to see how this goes. See if we can get, how early we can get pulled into Master Ball this season and go from there. We've hit Master Ball every season since I started Road to Ranked, so I'm not really concerned about it, but laddering, I should say. Road to Rank is errands that I definitely watch a ton of. Audino, what do we? Oh, this is kind of spicy. What does Audino do? This is like Trick Room, but they don't have a Trick Room setter to my knowledge. All right. What does Audino do? Alright, I found the Trick Room setter. Cool. So, I think this is just going to be me and Chow plus... Could do Celesteela up front. I actually like that quite a bit. With, like, Cinderace and... our Snake Boy in the back. I think leaving Zapdos at home is probably correct, seeing how this is probably Lightning Rod on the Marowak, and I don't want to get redirected from not being able to hit the Charizard or the Togekiss here. So depending on what they lead, this could be slightly problematic, but I think I actually like our matchup quite a bit here. Just lead Fake Out plus blow up the Audino to prevent Trick Room from going up. If they lead Zard, that's kind of bad for us. So that's what we're... Oh no, guys. What did I say? I specifically asked for not Zard. And what do they do? I mean, we have Meteor Beam. And we're AV. We can take a Wildfire. We can take a Wildfire, right? They're not maxing, so that's cool. What are they doing with Zard then? I wonder if they just like protect here. Alright, there's the Fake Out. No protects coming out. I'm assuming that was supposed to be a follow. Belly Drum! Hello! Alright, well, Charizard, unfortunately, you are getting deleted. I am sorry to tell you this, but, you are no more. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. And now we have a +1 Celesteela, so that's nifty. See, opponent plays some weird things. We play some weird things with me and Chow here, and here we are. We could go for coaching, but I don't think that really accomplishes anything for us. They're going to bring out that Audino now, but I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. Doesn't really matter. We'll go for the Helping Hand. We will go for the Steel Spike into... Is Audino not Fairy? Is it Mono Normal? That is so bizarre to me. Whatever. We'll go for the Steel Spike into the into the Audino. I'm anticipating probably Follow Me this turn. Yeah, there's a Follow Me. They're going to set up Trick Room, and I don't think it's actually going to matter. Like, you have a Babiri, but this is a +1 Helping Hands boosted Steel Spike. Yeah. After you had already taken chip. Alright, so now time to figure out what else Audino can do. Encore. Healing Wish. Substitute. Thunder Wave. Wish. Yawn. I mean, it has a bunch of support moves. Bunch of special moves, too. But off of a base 60 special attack, that's not going to do much. There's the Delmise. So we'll go... I mean, we could just Helping Hand here as well. I'm going to go for a close combat into Audino. And we will go for an Airstream into the Delmise. Try to pick up a KO on it. That's going to be their Dynamax, right? And it definitely does not threaten Celesteela here at all, so I'm not really worried about that. Audino gets Regenerator. That's so cool. So unique. And there's the Phantasm into Celesteela, but that's not going to do like anything. Gonna fling our Lychee Berry, trigger our weakness policy, and then you're going to immediately get taken out here. Cool. I mean, this is super, super interesting, and I love everything that our opponent is doing here. But I think if they wanted to have any sort of chance to be able to win this game, Belly Drum Charizard was not what they should have led on, I think. Because, like, this is just a Celesteela disaster for them. You know, we picked up 3 KOs in 3 turns of our Dynamax here, and it was just not particularly close. And now we get a close combat here and pick up a KO there. So 3 turns, 4 KOs. We'll take it. Excellent start of the day. Man, I really like the Audino team. I really like Audino. It's so unique. Unfortunately, it just doesn't really accomplish anything, but had I not looked at it beforehand, I would have never guessed this thing got Trick Room. So opponent's team is insanely unique in that aspect of being able to catch people off guard if they don't know what it does. Especially with the physical Charizard, but we saw that game, they just kind of fold to a single fake out on turn 1, and then their setup is done. So interesting team here for our second one of the day. We got Grimmsnarl, Registeel, Blastoise, Landorus, Rotom, and Rillaboom. I really like Zapdos here as a way to deal with not only Rillaboom and Blastoise, but also be able to put on pretty decent chip on the Registeel. Sandaconda doesn't look great. Celesteela just kind of sits in front of everything except for Rotom. So we can have an answer to Rotom. I feel really good about Celesteela in the late game here. So we could do Mienshao, Sandaconda up front. Could also do Grimmsnarl. I don't hate Cinderace here, but I think with them having Landorus, I don't like the idea of Cinderace as much. Whereas at least with Mienshao, we can get a... we can potentially get a coaching off before the Sandaconda attacks. I think our big thing is we need to be able to deal with the Rotom before Celesteela comes in. And I think once Celesteela does, we should pretty easily get to clean up the game. So I think that's the plan for this one. It's going to be Rillaboom Grimmsnarl up front here. Okay. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. So there's the grassy terrain. Do we just go for Fake Out plus Iron Head into the Grimmsnarl? Could also Fake Out plus Steel Spike. Could also just immediately switch into Celesteela. Could double switch here, and that puts on a ton of pressure against the Rillaboom and the Grimmsnarl. I actually kind of like that a lot. We'll go Celesteela on the left, Zapdos on the right. It's going to be Fake Out plus Screens this turn. I think there's a consideration to stay in and go for the Fake Out into the Grimmsnarl, but I also just like the idea of preserving Mienchao's potential, potentially preserving the Focus Sash for the late game. Yeah, this is actually my concern. I should have gone Celesteela in that slot because then it's a 4x resistance. And now, good Flash Cannon the Grimmsnarl. I don't think Dynamaxing Celesteela is correct here. Could also, just double into the Rillaboom and try to take it out this turn. With, Flamethrower plus Airstream. Air Slash is going to be more effective because we have Stab on it. What does maxing Zapdos accomplish here? They could switch Rillaboom out into Rotom. No, they're going to stay in. Okay. Well, we should hopefully get to pick up a KO on the monkey then. I'm assuming a double up even through Light Screen is going to be enough. They're going to protect Rillaboom. That's a good protect. That's a good protect. There's a Light Screen. But we get a free speed boost here, so I'm pretty okay with the way this turn turned out, all things considered. So Airstream, now that we know they're not Assault Vest, Airstream would have been enough to pick up the KO on the Rillaboom, it looks like. So what do we do from here? Could just go for the Flash Cannon into Grimmsnarl. I think trying to get a boost on the Celesteela is actually really good for us. And I think getting another speed boost on it as well is real powerful. They're going to withdraw the Rillaboom. Are we going into Rotom? No, they're going to bring in Registeel. Okay. That's a bulky boy. They're going to Thunder Wave into our Celesteela. There's the Airstream. Should not do too much. I actually did way more than I anticipated, all things considered. And we're going to get the Flash Cannon off. Cool. Good lord. Just chunked that Grimmsnarl. They probably Dynamax Registeel this turn. Maybe? They could, go for, Curse. We could just double into it with, Flamethrower plus Max Flare. They probably protect the Registeel this turn. I should have thought about this a little more. They're gonna withdraw it. Well, we're gonna get to pick up the KO on the Rillaboom here, so that's good. Yep, can't Thunder Wave my my electric type, thankfully. And this is actually going to give Celesteela the KO on the Rillaboom as well. No, that's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. I really wanted Celesteela to pick up that KO. This tells me they didn't bring Rotom, and that's exceptionally good for us. So now what do we do? I think we Air Slash the Rillaboom. And I think we go for a Heat Wave here. No. Yeah, we Air Slash. Because if Heat Wave is enough, then we still have decent damage on the Grimmsnarl here. Rillaboom's going to go for the Fake Out into Zapdos. Gonna get the Static off on into it. Oh, second turn of Para. They're gonna Spirit Break into my Zapdos. Okay. Not great. We really need to get rid of this Rillaboom before the train leaves. Because now they're very much incentivized to switch out the Rillaboom to be able to reset terrain. I'm going to go for a Roost here. They're going to Grassy Glide, presumably? No, they don't. Uh-oh. Well, that's definitely not good for us then. Oh, we actually just get to pick up the KO on the Rillaboom before it gets to attack. Were they going for Wood Hammer there? And Spirit Break into my Zapdos, who takes it like a champ. Well, now we have a +1 Celesteela, which should be able to take out this Grimmsnarl this turn. They're going to bring back out Registeel. So we'll go for the Flash Cannon into Grimmsnarl this turn. And we will go for another Roost. No Protect. What is the Registeel going for? Is it Iron Defense? Okay, there goes the Grimmsnarl, so now we have a +2 Celesteela. What is your last opponent? She's gonna be Body Press into my Celesteela. I mean, that does do decent damage, all things considered. But I think the Registeel probably protects this turn. They have Blastoise as their last. Not at all what I expected. I'm just going to... I don't think they actually have any reason to protect the Registeel this turn. So we're going to split our damage this turn. Go for the Heat Wave, or the Flamethrower into Registeel. Go for the Thunderbolt into Blastoise. Here comes the Dynamax. But because Celesteela has the +2 speed, we hopefully outspeed Blastoise, even after Para. We should, right? If I'm remembering my speed tiers off the top of my head, I believe we're faster than Blastoise. No Protect. I mean, that's a Thunderbolt from a -2 Zapdos. Here comes the Hailstorm. Which is unfortunate because it's actually going to change the weather. But Zapdos actually holds on. It's going to go down to Hail, but no, it's not, because we are Goggles. No, Celesteela, you were the chosen one. Sure, Iron Defense up. That doesn't bother Celesteela. Alright. We really, really need to hit this. There goes their reflect. So that means this turn they lose their light screen. Should I just heat wave? Try to potentially get a burn. Could also roost. I actually think going for the Thunderbolt and the Blastoise is just correct, and just doing like extra chip damage into it makes it easier for Sandaconda and me and Xiao to come in and pick up the KO here. Sure, I would have targeted on the Celesteela because then the Zapdos would go down end of turn, but okay. I guess they're covering for exactly Roost that turn by going for that. I think that's fair. Celesteela, you're insane. Please hold on. Celesteela, you are absolutely insane. Oh, wait, no. You're not. I'm sorry. You failed us. They should protect Registeel this turn, I think. Which means I think this game is over. We can protect the Sandaconda this turn and go for coaching. The problem is like Registeel's at +2. So being able to break through this Registeel might be problematic. I'm really interested in how this endgame plays out. This probably is into Sandaconda. It is. Okay, I think that's exactly what we needed for this game to go our way. Please don't Iron Defense. Okay. So Body Press into Mian Chao, which is going to put it down to Sash, and then Sanda's going to pick up the KO on it. Well, their Dynamax is over. That's really good for us. The problem is we don't live a double up this turn. And I don't think we can reasonably take out the Registeel. Blastoise has presumably Ice Beam. We're going to play the game of we need Rock Slide flinches. That's literally our out in this game. We have to, one, outspeed the Blastoise, which we don't. Man, I definitely think I played this game incorrectly. And I think it started with when we Dynamaxed. I think not only did I Dynamax the wrong Mon, I think that we Dynamaxed too early in that game, resulting in our opponent being able to pick up the late game sweep with their Dynamax, because we didn't put enough pressure on them with ours to be able to capitalize on it. So I think what we needed to do in that game was, one, we needed to Dynamax Celesteela, I think. Two, I think we could have, like, knowing what their play was on turn one, what we could have gone for was fake out the Rillaboom and Iron Head into the Grimmsnarl. That definitely won't pick it up because they're going to set up a Reflect there. But I think I definitely like not maxing Sandaconda in the face of Rillaboom plus Blastoise in the end game. The question is what was the correct bring? I like Sandaconda, but I don't actually think it was great for us. It might have just been better as Cinderace. I think had we led Cinderace instead, we were in a much better position, for one, because we line up better against the Rillaboom. And two, we then line up better in the end game versus Registeel, because we outspeed the Blastoise as well. So I think my idea of wanting to not have Cinderace because they have Landorus was incorrect in analysis of Team Preview there. I think bringing the two special attackers was correct. And I mean, we did get unlucky there. We got parried 3 turns, 2 turns in a row, and then a third turn later, which would have picked up a KO as well. Which, I mean, that you can say that RNG definitely cost us that game and everything else, but at the end of the day, we were in that game regardless of the RNG, and I think the decisions that led up to that point is what made us lose. And that saying that you lost because of RNG is ignoring what you could have done to benefit yourself in the game to make it where the RNG did not matter. Yes, obviously, had we not been triple parried, we were in a much more advantageous position in that game. But at the same time, we didn't play in a way to where the RNG didn't affect us. Because had we played in a way where we were able to capitalize on the plays that we made, as opposed to the plays that actually resulted, we could have been in a much better position. Like the turn that we went for the second Airstream. Had we gone for a Max Flare that turn, then the Registeel is taking huge amounts of damage on the switch in, and as a result, like, it is much easier to take out in the late game then. Definitely our opponent played that very well, identifying that, what their out was, and keeping Blastoise towards the end, especially when we had a -2. And, that's another thing. We had a -2 Zapdos. We could have switched that out at any point to be able to preserve it for the end game as well. So last game of the day, we have Landorus, Clef, Glastrier plus Whimsicott, Celesteela, and Dracovish. This is weird. This is really interesting. We got four really common Mons, Clef, which has been really popular in former formats, and then Dracovish. Dracovish obviously is probably choice banned because we do have Tailwind next to it. I think Glastrier on their team is just primarily anti-Trick Room. I think this is definitely Landorus. I can see Dracovish plus Whimsicott on the lead. And I think what I like is Mienshao plus Cinderace. I think Grimmsnarl looks pretty okay. And I think Zapdos... Actually, I want to leave Grimmsnarl at home. I would rather bring Celesteela here, I think. And just really put on a ton of pressure against them. I think if we can push a offensive lead in this game with Fake Out and picking up the KOs on the Whimsicott early to prevent them from getting Trick Room or Tailwind off, then Cinderace can kind of just sweep this game. And it is going to be Whimsicott plus Dracovish up front here. So we'll go for the Fake Out into the Whimsicott. Presumably, they could switch out into Landorus, which I think is absolute worst case scenario. And I honestly don't have a good way of playing around that. Man, for once in my life, I wish this was Max Flare instead, because then we just get a setup stun and then Dracovish does no damage. Actually, we could pick up the Dracovish. I actually like this play. Let's delete the Dracovish. Because if anything, I think Whimsicott protects. And they're never maxing Dracovish. Especially on their team, I 100% believe this is Choice Band. This is Choice Band, Strong Jaw Dracovish. There's the Tailwind. And now Dracovish is going to be deleted. Goodbye. We're going to get the speed drop on the Whimsicott. That most likely is not going to actually matter. If this is Landorus switch in, we're not in a great position. So we can... What can we do here? We're currently normal type, so the Landorus going for any type of attack into us is actually not going to be too problematic. Could just go for a Helping Hand plus Fireball into the Landorus. I actually don't like Fireball. I would rather Max Strike, I think. One is going to lower their speed, and two, it's going to make it where they can't hit us super effectively. Unless they have exactly like superpower on Landorus, which is pretty uncommon. I don't anticipate Protect on Landorus. They are going to max it, which I'm not surprised to see. Question is, do they go for like Airstream here? Do they go for... like, I can see Airstream plus Moonblast into my Mienshao to pick up the KO. Which, if that's the case, I'm kind of okay with it, to be 100% honest. There's a Rockfall, which we take. Thank you, normal type. Question is, how well does this Landorus take a... Max Strike? We actually outspeed the Whimsicott even after Tailwind. Are they Trick Rooming? There's no way they're Trick Rooming, right? Okay. Mienshao's gonna go down to Sash. Actually, it doesn't even put us to Sash. So I think our play now is to bring out Celesteela. And we can max Darkness. I like max Darkness plus Flash Cannon the Whimsicott. Darkness into... You could also just max Guard. I actually like that play a lot. I think they're going to target down the Cinderace this turn. They're going to taunt my Celesteela. That's not going to matter. I'm Assault Vest. A for effort. And now we're +1. Oh, we're not +1. Oh, no. I'm pretty okay losing Cinderace if it means that we take out Landorus. And since their Life Orb... This is 80 versus 75... I think I Flash Cannon the Whimsicott and I Sucker Punch the Wondrous here. I mean, even at -1, that still does a good chunk. This is a Rockfall. Presumably, this is picking up the KO on Cinderace. Okay. All things considered, I think we've played this pretty okay so far. They're gonna Moonblast. No special attack drop. No special attack drop. Okay. And now Flash Cannon is going to pick up the KO. Now we have a +1 Celesteela. Their Dynamax is over. Nice crit. They have a -1 speed Landorus with their Tailwind over. There's a non-zero chance that Celesteela now outspeeds their Landorus. I need to check the speed stat of this Celesteela. They actually have their own Celesteela. This is phenomenal for us. This is absolutely phenomenal. Because Zapdos should be the fastest thing on this field. 86? Probably not. I don't think we quite outspeed. But we can Flamethrower. We can Heat Wave. Zapdos connects the Heat Wave on both. Picks up the Landorus. Nice crit. I don't think that crit mattered. We get the burn on Celesteela. Just everything went right this turn for us. And they're going to go down to burn this turn. Oh my gosh! Okay, they're not going to go down to burn. But we avoid the Leech Seed, get the burn. Holy cow. That turn could not have actually gone any better for us. Like, even if they protect here, this game is over. Because we're faster than them and are able to just, like, never miss a Thunderbolt there. So, man. Cinderace came out to play today. Max Guard Cinderace just definitely did work there to our opponent. I mean, you don't typically speaking, Cinderace majority of the time is just 4 attacks, and so there's a couple things that really mattered there. Having the Max Strike meant that our Zapdos was able to outspeed Landorus in the end game. The fact that their Tailwind ended the exact turn their Dynamax ended, which is the turn that Cinderace went down, was great because the Sucker Punch, like the combination of Double Edge, Sucker Punch, and Protect that game single-handedly won us that game. Because we were able to pick up the KO on the Dracovish before they were ever able to accomplish anything, which with Tailwind would have done a sizable chunk to Cinderace. From there, we're able to lower the speed and live a hit from the Landorus, from Life Orb Landorus, I should add, and then make them waste a turn of their Dynamax, and then be able to do chip damage to their Landorus inside of Tailwind still. So, just, Cinderace was truly the MVP of setting up that end game for us there. So, I think that is going to be it, everyone. Grab this rental code while you can. Sandaconda has been amazing for us, and I am absolutely in love with this team. So, that's going to be it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will see you later in this week with some more Littleroot laddering. Have a good one. Peace.